IQ. And we're Kid for Life.
And you are now rocking with Icons Magazine. Wildlife, yep. Just dumb funny. It's popping. I'm saying, man versus wild.
I'm ready for my close-up, Make sure you get the brows. Ladies, get your brows right.
Going on with Kim for Life. Everything's been going on with Kim for Life. We've been doing crazy shows, working on a lot of new projects, currently producing for a lot of artists that you guys can look forward to. You can let me
now. First on Slate, we're working on Monifa's new project. Y'all remember Monifa, Touch It. Y'all know Heavy D brought it back. Now we bringing it back out again from Mount Vernon Zone, Kim for Life. Got a new single, Fabulous. It's gonna be hitting the streets real soon. Working on, majority of her project. We also working with Little Bella. We working with our own Norique Records artists. We working with Cass and Breeze, K. Smith. Don't forget, we got that Anissa project on deck too. Y'all know Anissa from The Real World. We're producing and writing for her. We are Kim for Life. We are Kim. We're both. You know what I mean? Kim for Life is our official name, but we've been Kin from our inception. And when we created our album, Kim for Life, the world just started calling us that, so we made it our official. So if you want to call us Kin and Kim for Life, it's all good. But make sure you search for us on iTunes under Kin for Life.
The number 4. Basically reaching out to people, you know what I'm saying? It's all about networking in this industry. For all the new artists out there or aspiring artists that are looking to get yourself out there, never be afraid of rejection. Like, sometimes you just gotta go for what you know. Initially, we had met Monifa through a mutual friend one day in the village, some weird shit, you know what I mean? And we met her then, but later on, years passed, and I reached out to her actually on downlink.com and sent her a little note on there, and she hit me back, and she was just dumb, humble, super cool. She came down to Georgia, stayed with us, you know what I mean, and in a couple of days, laid down a couple of dope records, and this has been history ever since.
Norique Records, we incorporated that in 2002. When we first, coming out in the game, late 90s, 98, 99. Everybody said they was making a record label and all that. Everybody had their own record label. We decided to make it official so that when our time came, that we could own our own business, we could own our own product. So we've been incorporated since 2002. Norique is Noah and IQ put together. That's Norique Records. We've been putting out artists and doing music for years now, and we can't wait for the world to see it.
We all about professionalism on any scale that you operate on. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to start making jump ropes out of your backyard, it doesn't matter. Any type of business you do, always try to carry yourself on the highest platform as possible. We work with all types of artists. We don't have just like a specific gender, race, anything like that. We want to work with talented people who have hunger and drive and are willing to put in some work. You got to pay your dues. When Kim for Life was coming up, we had to do everything. We had to sit around for hours in people's studio and wait patiently and do favors and do this and do that. You got to be willing to be like, yo, you want a track from Kim for Life? Hand out some flyers for me on 42nd Street all day. You know what I'm saying? You got to be willing to put in some type of work. I'm not asking you for money, but offer me some type of service. Show me that you're dedicated. Show me that this is something that you are passionate about. Like, you have to work for everything. Anything that comes easy is not going to keep you around for a long time.
I wanted to buy a house. I didn't move to Georgia to do music in Georgia. Like I said, invest in yourself. The real estate market started to drop. I wanted to be a homeowner before I turned 30. I bought me a big ass house in Decatur.
I'm Noah, that's IQ. We've known each other for 16 years, which is a long time. And I was initially friends with her little sister. And we went to the same elementary school, and I used to always go to her house, and she used to always be like, get the hell out of my room and kick me out. And through high school, we was cool. She actually dated my brother back in her street days.
Wow, did you tell these motherfuckers?
You want the real story?
Yeah, please.
Or what?
Yes.
That's my dude now, too.
Yes, so she dated my brother in her straight days.
Don't get it twisted. He didn't get nothing from me. I was only in 9th grade. He was just kissing.
Yeah, he didn't get her cookies.
No cookies.
And then, you know what I'm saying, she went away to college, and when she came back, we was all like chilling at my people's crib or whatever. And I was in another group with this girl, and I was like, yo, Q, let me show you the song. Yo, I write some R&B joints or whatever, because I knew she was doing music. She was in a group at college with another dude, and I was like, yo, let me sing you the song. And she was like, yo, it's dope. You know, I didn't know you could write like that. So basically, music is what got us tight, because we've known each other for so long. We've been acquaintances, but because of music, we got to form a friendship. You know what I'm saying? A bond that's like today is so unbreakable and so tight due to that. And we just been grinding for the last 10 years as Ken for life.
Like she said, the music got us together, and I've always been like that business mind. I've always like been the nerd. That's what called me IQ, and I was like, yo, I want to manage you. So I was like, yo, I started, you know, she was still underage. I had already turned 18. And so I had a car, I was able to go to the radio stations. I remember I took their music to City College Radio. You know, I was just grinding. She was like, why don't you join the group? Like, you know, because I was, you know, so I was like, yo, I'm going to push y'all, I'm going to manage y'all. And
basically, I forced her to get in.
Yeah, I was just trying to be a manager.
It was some other group, I don't even say the name, it was so whack. You know what I'm saying? But it was another girl, and I forced her to get in the group because I thought she was dope. Actually, I started rapping when I was 8, you know what I'm saying? And my mom was a singer back in the day. She the one who got me into music. She showed me how to write my first rhyme, because my mom used to freestyle in the crib. And she also used to always be in the studio singing and things like that. You know what I'm saying? I started writing R&B, because my mom was a heavy R&B singer. And that's when I really was like, yo, I can do both. You know what I'm saying?
I wrote my first R&B song at 8. And I was like a little nervous kid, a little nerd or whatever, firstborn. And I sang the song to my grandmother, and she said, what you know about love? Why you singing songs like that? And so I just started writing songs secretly, thinking I was going to get in trouble. Ended up, you know, and then just building it into poetry and rhymes. And then it was just, I've always just been that person. I was a musician when I was young. I played the saxophone. I was like a band nerd. You know, it's whatever. IQ, what you going to do?
I think hip-hop has come full circle. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of good artists coming out right now. And there's people that are demanding better deals from the industry. I think the industry killed hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? It got oversaturated, and hip-hop became more so just thrown around. You see it in commercials. It's used too freely. You know what I mean? So when you overuse something, it loses the value. But it almost took for hip-hop to be totally gone, for people to start realizing that they had to step their game up.
I'm excited about the state of hip-hop, because I can't throw hip-hop under the bus right now, because our video spent 11 weeks on Logo, where we have a video filled with females, and we're talking about loving another female. So it got to be going somewhere where that's okay. You know what I mean? So the doors are opening up for Ken for Life. We're performing at venues like the Nokia Theater. We're on tour. We're getting booked all over the country with no major record deal. So I gotta say, you know, it's doing all right.
I'll be super honest. I think hip-hop been ready to accept Ken for Life. Because any people that like real lyrics and good music, they're going to love Ken for Life. It's the industry. It's the people in the suits that haven't been on the block in X amount of years that's trying to hold on to their job. I used to work at Def Jam. She used to work at Epic. And everybody that we used to work with lost their job years ago. You know what I'm saying? So it's a constant battle for these A&Rs and these EPs to hold on to their job. And what they like to do is keep signing the same cookie-cut artists. Like if 50 Cent is winning right now, let me go sign 5 more people that sound like him. And once they realize that to break the cycle that you have to keep some type of variety of music, then it'll be better. You know what I mean? And people letting a group like Ken for Life come in and break stereotypes and change people's perception. You got to give us an opportunity. All my record execs out there, think outside the box.
Man up.
Hip-hop was about being different and about signing groups that were different. You have Beastie Boys, Run DMC, you know what I'm saying? All of these people that came with different points of views and perspectives, not all on that same page. Not everybody wants to hear about rims and the inside color of your car. Like, that gets redundant, and that's why those records don't sell. So either way, you keep signing acts like that, you're gonna lose your job. So, album is just like a nice mix. Like, all our tracks don't sound the same. Everything has a different air around it. You know what I mean? So that's what Ken Factory, yo. That's what we doing. We got the tracks, we got the lyrics. It's just trying to keep everything in house so we don't have to depend on nobody else.
Working with ourselves.
Yeah, we do all the production. You know what I'm saying?